Okay, we're going to begin by talking about mitosis. Remember that you will have a test coming up on mitosis. To prepare for that test, I highly suggest that you practice drawing the phases of mitosis and identifying each of those phases. Phase 1 is what we call prophase, and during this phase, the nuclear membrane that contains all of the DNA and chromosomes dissolves, and the chromosomes start to condense into these rod-like structures. You can see an example of this to the right of your screen. There's a cartoon version and a real depiction in the bottom picture. Mitosis phase 2. In phase 2, we call this metaphase. And basically the chromosomes pair up and they align along the center of the cell. Okay, this is also what we call the equator or the middle of the cell. When you think of metaphase, think of M for middle. The chromosomes pair up and they get ready to be pulled apart. But pulling apart is actually part of phase 3. Remember, phase 3 is called anaphase. Think of A for apart. In anaphase, the chromosomes, or the chromatids, separate and move to opposite sides of the cell. You can see this in the pictures to the right of your screen. Mitosis, phase 4. Phase 4 is telophase. When you see telophase, think of 2, T for 2, okay? You have 2 nuclear membranes forming around each set of chromosomes. Okay, so one chromosome around one set and one nuclear membrane around one set of chromosomes and another nuclear membrane around the other. So that's 2 nuclear membranes. And what do the chromosomes do? They begin to unwind from the rod-like shapes they took previously. Cytokinesis. Now, cytokinesis is not technically part of mitosis, but it is where your cells, think C for cells, completely divide. Okay, this is the division of the cytoplasm of the cell. Once cytokinesis occurs, you have 2 completely new cells as the cell pinches in 2. A cell plate or a wall will form between the 2 new cells just to make sure that there's a separation between the inside of the cell and the outside environment. Okay, now before we continue, there is 2 types of reproduction, asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. Mitosis is a big part of asexual reproduction. This reproduction results in an offspring with identical genetic information. There is a brain pop on this, which you will complete a little bit later. Oftentimes, organisms will pinch in 2 in order to produce asexually in a process we call binary fission. This results in 2 daughter cells that are completely identical. It's kind of like a cell making a clone of itself. So, if you look here, with the process of mitosis, the 2 daughter cells will also be 2 clones of the mother cell. Here we have some other examples of asexual reproduction. We have budding and binary fission. Budding is when part of an organism can be cut off and it can continue growing on its own. Okay, I highly suggest you take some time to complete the cloning brain pop when you have the opportunity and the mitosis brain pop. Okay, that's